looks really nice. On your marks. Go. So I'm going to be talking about the Women's Creative Coffee Mornings. You should all have these on your tables. There's loads more if anyone wants to take any with you. So my name's Beth Ann and I run Mercury Theatre Wales, which is a Cardiff-based theatre company. It's a non-profit making organisation, and what we do is we create new works, new pieces of theatre around community issues. So we do gain money from the Arts Council. We apply for project funding for each show that we do. At the moment, we have been working for the last year, and we're working on a project tackling domestic abuse. It's called 35 times. 35 times being the average amount of times a woman suffers domestic abuse before she speaks out about it. So hence the title. I've done a period of research and development up in Rhondda with the Women's Aid, and it was great. I spent a lot of time with them and went into their refuges and went to their workshops, and I went every week to their coffee mornings, and their coffee mornings were brilliant. You went in and everyone sat on big tables and just did creative things, made things, stuck things, painted things, and you chatted while you were doing it, and you ate lots of cake. It was really good, and I kind of felt that while I was developing the play, that we needed to have, the play of course was inspired by the fact that women need to speak out about the issue, and there is perhaps not the opportunity to do that in everyday life. It's very hard, it's still a bit of a taboo subject, domestic abuse, for many reasons, which I haven't got time to go into, but I felt that we had to offer some kind of support if women came to see the show and wanted to discuss it and wanted to speak out. So hence the idea of the coffee morning. I want to create a coffee morning which is open to all women, not just people that have been referred to Women's Aid or something like that because they're affected by the issue, but open to everyone, and so that there's a safe space for women's discussion and a place to be creatively expressive. If you don't want to speak about it, you can do it through art. Anyway, so the other thing that's happened recently is I took part in a social leadership programme with Career Women's Wales, and out of that came a group of wonderful women that have banded together and created something called the Creative Women's Collective. So that's also on the piece of papers that you've given if you want to leave your contact details. So Creative Women's Collective, we're supporting each other's social action plans. So my social action plan is the Creative Coffee Morning, and when we got the Creative Women's Collective together, we all put £1 in, and I had £24, and this is what I did with £24. I created these because I wanted to give them to women in the community so that it could go to the leisure centres, the libraries, the women's groups, so that everyone can hear about it. It's also gone on Facebook and all the different arts organisations. We've already started the coffee mornings. We started on Monday, it was the first one. When my 5 minutes is up, I'm going to pass these round. You can have a look at the pictures from the first coffee morning. It was amazing. We held it in Oasis, which is the refugee centre in Splot, and we're holding the next two there because I've done a lot of work there with my theatre company, and we've done open rehearsals and tried to include the refugees in the work we do. They really did say that they wanted the women of the community to come and mix with the refugee people, the women, because they're not doing that. The women in the community are not coming into the refugee centre. Thank you. And that's why we're holding them there. And we had a huge, varied group of women.
A red Volvo or a Nissan Juke?
Yes, yours, Carl. Nissan Juke.
And a red Volvo, like a Volvo.
Can I have time? Just save me.
Yeah.
Right, carry on. 1 minute. Okay. Yes, it was great. And on our first one, we did collages. We just cut and we pasted and we chatted and we made collages about ourselves, and then we shared back what they meant about ourselves. I haven't got time to tell you about. I'll tell you afterwards how wonderful it was. We haven't got any money whatsoever to run these coffee mornings, nothing. So that is why I'm here. The first one for the collages, I begged, borrowed, stole all the stuff to, to do it with. What we want to do, out of the Creative Women's Collective, we've got incredibly creative women, and we've got some that are going to come along and do art, painting. There's an artist, we've got a writer that's going to come along and do poetry. So each month we'll have different things to do. I want to eventually be able to pay the practitioners for their time to do this, but at the moment it's all for free, it's all for nothing. We need some money, we need any money. We need to buy tea, coffee and cake, and we need paint and...
Okay, great, thank you. That's good time.
While you're asking questions, you can have a little look at sorry, it's not a bit dark, the first one.
So great, so 5 minutes, who's got a question?
Anyone would ask me a question?
Who are you going to show the play to?
Oh, the play. So the play is going to be in June and July. So the coffee mornings are kind of running sort of alongside that, so that the play is going to tour. We're waiting now to see if we get any Arts Council funding to tour the play. If not, I'll be back next month asking for money to us. But it's going into a mixture of places. We're doing a week in Chapter in Canton in the Arts Centre. We're going across to Volcano, which is in Swansea, which is an old actually it's an old Iceland building where they do community arts. We're going across to West Wales to Cardigan because we've worked a lot with a community group over there called the St Dogmell Singing Village, and they want to have all our plays and we take it there into their village. So we're going into their village hall. We're going to the Penarth Pavilion. We were the first company last year to perform in the newly renovated dome in the Penarth Pavilion on the pier. So we're going to take it in there. And we are going to somewhere else that I can't remember now. It'll come to me. Yeah.
Is it a women-only production?
No, the production is for everyone, and that's really, really important that all the men see this production and understand the issues that we're trying to raise and the things that we want to talk about. This is strictly for women, the coffee mornings, to enable the women to have the space to speak freely. It's a very different environment when you've got men there. Sorry guys, but women speak about things that they don't talk about when men are present.
Where did you find most of the women came from for your first coffee morning?
For the first one, it was really varied. So there were some, as you see on the pictures, there were some who were in the refugee centre already, and they were a mixture. There was a French lady who's actually she's over from France and she's come to help out. There was a lady, there were two African ladies, there were some ladies from Arab states, I'm not sure which one, and they were from the coffee morning or from the Oasis already. There were some art students that lived around the corner and had seen it on Facebook, so they came in, photography students actually, and they came in. There was a lady I'd met in the Women's Age, she came. I'd only met her once, but she said, oh yeah, I want to come to this, and she came. There was a couple of friends of mine. There were ladies from the Creative Women's Collective and from Career Women's Wales came. And there were, who else was there? Oh, there were people that had seen it I put it up on the Women's Arts Association website, which is really good if you're into the arts at all. They share everything that's going on in the area in South
Was
Wales.
there Volvo anyone?
Volvo?
No, sorry.
I was just running a traffic ward and you were all have to move there.
So we can book for you, we can donate, we can attend the coffee mornings. What else could we do to support the project?
Please look On the sheets, there's some sheets where you can put your contact details. Yes, on there, and that applies to all three things. The coffee, if you're interested in the coffee mornings, if you're interested in Creative Women's Collective or Mercury Theatre Wales, put your stuff down there and we'll get in contact. There's Facebook pages for Creative Women's Collective and for Mercury Theatre Wales. You can find them quite easily and they tell you everything that's going on. If you want to donate money, just email me and we'll get in contact. Or if you want to be involved in the production, male or female, it's great. What we do as a theatre company is we involve community groups. So for each venue we go to, we will do workshops or in some way involve the community groups that are in the area. That's why we sort of go back to Cardigan, because we've got a community group that want us to keep going back. Yeah, so.
How long have you're actually the founder?
Yeah, there were three of us. We actually came together by accident. We were just asked to do something for a rehearsed reading in Chapter, and I actually was the musical director on that show, and then there was the writer and the director, and we realised actually we shared a common sort of goal to
like-minded people.
Yeah, like-minded people. So we kept it going, and it's a bit of a slog because you have to apply. It takes about 3 months to put together an Arts Council application, and you're doing that. I mean, I don't get paid until if we get funding for a play, I get a wage while we do the play. So maybe for 3 months of the year I might get away, or even 2, and the rest of the year I'm just slogging away.
Struggling financially.
Yeah, we are struggling financially. What we need is...
Are you available to come out as a speaker?
Yeah, absolutely.
Might be quite happy to listen to
Of course, yeah, of course.
the opening.
Yeah. We're going to, on the International Women's Day in the Millennium Centre on the 12th of March, Sunday evening, we're hopefully going to do some extracts of the play 35 times to make people aware of what we're doing, and hopefully then they'll come to Chapter if they're in Cardiff to see the show.
Okay, great. Thank you very much.